Injured in an accident? When the odds are stacked against you, level the playing field. For more than 40 years, Michael Flynn and the Win with Flynn team has stood up for injury victims across Northwest Georgia. Michael Flynn fights to get you the compensation you deserve, like a recent $100,000 settlement for a woman with a concussion in a rear-end collision and $2 million for a man seriously injured by a logging truck. Win with Flynn. Serious injury, significant results. Visit winwithflynn.com or call 77-WIN-FLYNN.
Kurt and Kelly with Budget Blinds of Douglasville, Villarica.
We are excited to announce our new expanded product lines for your outdoor living space.
Beautiful new solar screen enclosures and awning options with wind and rain sensors for your deck, patio, or pool areas, giving you shade, privacy, and comfort.
Maximize your outdoor areas to keep out bugs, pollen, heat, and cold for a comfortable experience. Great financing terms available.
Call or visit our website today for your free in-home consultation. Budget Blinds of Douglasville, Villarica, the best blind date in the state.
National headlines and the local stories you care about. WLBB, Carrollton, News Talk 1330, FM 106.3.
It is 8:30. Good. Boy, turn this down, right? Or is that my just my headphones? It's 8:30 on Thursday. Welcome to the Community Voice here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. We are streaming live online at newstalk1330.com. And this morning, we're on the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. You can see my handsome young guest. Hadn't been on here for a while, but definitely glad to have him on the program. I'll introduce you here. Back in June, the U.S. Small Business Administration announced that former state legislator Kevin Cooke, proud native of Carrollton, as the newly appointed district director for the state of Georgia. Kevin's a graduate from the University of Georgia, degree in sports studies, emphasis in business. Cooke's career experience includes running his small family farm, the owner of a real estate and investment company, was a police officer at one point too, right?
Yeah.
And the Associate Athletic Director at Shorter University, as well as he worked as a licensed real estate appraiser for an appraisal firm. Mr. Cooke served as a member of the Georgia House of Representatives representing District 18 from 2011 to 2021. As the Georgia District Director for the SBA, Kevin will work alongside entrepreneurs, lenders, resource partners, and community leaders to help small business start, grow, expand, and recover from natural disaster. His leadership, commitment to service, and understanding of Georgia's unique business landscape position him to support the state's vibrant small business community. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This bio left out your family. You still have them, right?
Yes, I still have a beautiful wife and two beautiful daughters that are teenagers, and time goes by quick.
Okay, and I won't comment on your kids, but yeah, your wife's pretty hot. All right, time is 8:32. So what have you been into? We know you like that whole decade working for the state.
Yeah.
And then you decided to run for Congress in that big jungle when there was like 15 people running for office, and you didn't raise the necessary $10 million to run for that campaign. So, but, yeah, it didn't pan out. So what are you doing? Like, was that 6 years?
Yeah, it would have been I think we launched a campaign a week and a half before the world shut down with COVID.
Was it? Okay.
So I had about 10 days of raising money before, we were all told to stay at home. So that was an interesting time for all of us. So thankful for those times, memories. Also glad that they're behind us now. So
yeah, I mean, it just can't. I was talking to you before the show. I was wondering how much you changed as far as your political beliefs, and but.
Yeah, principles are principles, right? They haven't changed for me, and but that's what's great now. What I get to do, I get to work with people from all over to do good. So,
well, tell us exactly what the SBA does.
Yeah, so we basically do four things. Is the best way to put this? It's like 3 C's and a D: capital, counseling, contracting, and disaster. And we can kind of walk some of that out, but on the capital end of things, we literally help small businesses get the capital that they need to either start or expand and grow. And then on the counseling side, if, say, for instance, you have this idea, you hadn't even started a small business yet, but you have this idea, it's a passion, or this idea, you see this niche, and you're like, I think I could really make a go at this. Between us and our resource partners, we can connect you with the counseling you need. If you don't know how to do a business plan, if you don't know how to work with QuickBooks, if you don't know how to, whatever selection you make within kind of back office things. A lot of times people might know about a particular service or industry, but they don't know the business side, or sometimes it's vice versa, but most of the time it's they know about a subject and they just don't know how to get it started. We can help with that with the counseling piece. On the contracting side, government contracting, there's lots of government contracts out there with the federal government, so we can help get businesses to the point to where they can apply for those, get to where they can go into the SAM.gov system and be prepared for offering, at least be able to bid on those different contracts. And then finally, disaster. It's frankly one thing that I was pretty new to the SBA, coming from outside of the agency in. So as they say, private to public. I didn't know that we did much work in disaster, but if FEMA doesn't engage, and it gets somewhat technical, but if they don't come in, then there's the opportunity for the SBA to come in and provide the needs, particularly from the financial side of things, for businesses and individuals in certain areas. Mm-hmm. So, like right now in Southeast Georgia, it's that's still going on and will for a number of more weeks and months.
I told you I was going to ask you this kind of question here. We think about Kevin Cooke 10 years ago as a state representative, mm-hmm. and in your mindset. What would, if I had told you 10 years ago you're going to be heading up this big government business, SBA, what would you have told me back then?
Well, if you go back to that time, I was always for, I would say the kind of the little guy first, but not at the expense of the big guy. I just think that back then, and I still believe this now, although not really within what I do policy-wise. We don't do the policy work. We just get to do the good work of actually helping people. But, obviously there'd be some agencies that there's no way I would have ever had a part in. But the Small Business Administration is an awesome agency to be a part of, and as agencies go within the federal government, we are very efficient, as you would imagine that we should be. Always trying to learn, always trying to get better. But as we try to cut red tape for small business owners, we try to do the same thing within our own agency, and so much so that Administrator Loeffler, just since she's been in, the size of the SBA is cut in half. And last year we did $45 billion in loans, which was the highest ever. So speaking of efficiency, the agency itself is pretty efficient. So that's good government.
The $45 billion loans, are they special rates? Why would they come to you guys and not go to? Yeah,
so there's some opportunities. One, it's pairing these businesses with lenders. Sometimes they might not be able to get conventional financing, or the terms for that financing are not as good as what can be offered by the Small Business Administration with our lending partners. So,
and are your lending partners on the local level? Are they bigger banks, or?
It's all over, frankly. We have lending partners all over the state that provide the lending that small business owners need, and so it's small banks, big banks, it's everywhere in between.
Are you going to help West Georgia more than anybody else?
I am willing. I am happy and willing to help anybody in West Georgia at any point in time.
I think about, just because in West Georgia, if you think about the positions that we've had people in, or do have mm-hmm. people in throughout the state, I think it's pretty impressive. I can't imagine that there's too many other regions that have this many people on some level who are doing things around the state.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the SBA, it is federal, right? And
yes.
The Georgia district.
Yeah. So I'm the district director for the Georgia district. So that includes the whole state. So and then there's 66 districts in America.
That's more states than we have.
It is. But there's some states that are so large they're split. Like Florida has a North Florida district and then a South Florida district that also includes Puerto Rico.
All right, time right now is 8:38. We'll take our first break. What's you've been in this job, I guess, officially for about 2 months now. What's the normal day look like for you? Are you still learning things too?
Yeah, absolutely. Still learning a lot of acronyms within the federal government. So, but still learning that, and a lot of back office stuff now. But part of my role will be to be out and about a lot, which I look forward to. Just getting to meet small business owners, to meet with our lending partners, resource partners who are providing some great education. So fixing to be out and about a good bit more.
Have you heard the ideas yet that you want to steal and pretend like you didn't have conversations about? Are there any?
No, I would not do that.
Of course not. But yeah,
there are some phenomenal manufacturers in the state that are doing some awesome work, providing some things that, like, for instance, there is a business in Swanee that produces things that have gone on the Hubble telescope, and I mean, you wouldn't know it unless you dig in and you find out what these manufacturers, what these other small businesses are doing. People are so ingenious in what they do and how they do it, how they package it, and so yeah, it's absolutely astounding to see what people come up with.
How hard would it be for a small business? I mean, that's impressive to do something on the Hubble telescope. I mean, for a small business to get that attention over, a larger business, how?
Yeah, I mean, specialization. They're able to produce something that where there's a need, and also, again, the aim of the Small Business Administration is part of this on the manufacturing side is onshoring. So bringing things back from overseas here to America. So we're producing the things that we need here, and that's part of it. Part of that is getting businesses within America to produce the things that are needed for all sorts of things. I mean, oftentimes we think about maybe technologies and producing those here as opposed to producing them somewhere else. I mean, for us here in West Georgia, clothing, suits, sold, for instance, in Bremen's a great example. Getting a lot of that stuff back here and making it to where it's viable industry, and it's not so much cheaper to do it overseas that we can do it here at home, provide jobs, provide great materials. But yeah, there's companies out there that are producing things that nobody else is doing.
Kevin Cooke is the director of the SBA Georgia District. He's our guest on this morning's Community Voice program. Any questions or comments, feel free to put those on the News Talk 1330 Facebook page, and I will share them with our guests throughout the program. Before we do go to the break, I'll just tease that like 5 times. I want to go to a break. But how many times, in the 2 months, how many times you've referenced your knowledge and experience as a legislator for this job? I mean, there's going to be things that or come to you quicker than maybe perhaps another director.
Yeah. So that's a great question. Being on the Regulated Industries Committee for 10 years and seeing, frankly, the red tape that was on the state level and trying to get that out of the way to make it easier to do really anything in the state of Georgia, or at least anything that's a Secretary of State overseas, right? That's kind of what the Regulated Industries Committee did. It's been a big help. Frankly, the network has been a big help, knowing people all over the state. There are district directors in certain states that are not from those states, and they do a great job. But when you know people all over the state, when you have relationships to where you can, if you need somebody in Southwest Georgia, I know who to call. If you need somebody in the mountains of Northeast Georgia, I know who to call. So all those pieces, and of course we're a state of 11 million people, so there's plenty of people I don't know, and looking forward to getting to know a lot of them. But yeah, it's been a help.
All right, time right now is 8:43. We will take that first break. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health.
Imagine a place where every heartbeat is monitored with the utmost care, where emergencies are met with swift attention, and where cutting-edge technology enables precise and timely treatments. At Tanner Health, every patient's journey is a testament to resilience, a story of strength, healing, and hope. We go beyond treatment to redefine what compassionate care truly means. That's Tanner Health. That's care redefined. Learn more at tanner.org.
All right, 8:44. Welcome back to the Community Voice here on News Talk 1330, FM 106.3. My name is Colin Worthington. My guest this morning is Kevin Cooke. He is the District Director for the Small Business Administration. If you missed any of our introduction to his position and some other random assorted questions, you can go back and listen to this show in podcast form on our website, newstalk1330.com. And, of course, it'll be on Facebook for a good month before they yank it down. And I think it'll be on the Greta Communications YouTube, though, forever, until they change their mind on how they do stuff. What's the biggest thing at a small business getting started? I mean, they may not think about even reaching out to you guys at first. They got this idea and may just go some other way about it. But what's the I guess, the biggest thing for a small business to know when they got an idea and they want to get started?
Yeah, so I think first for us, from my perspective, is it's a marketing thing, right? Being a small business guy myself, my grandfather he started and did countless numbers of small businesses, just a serial entrepreneur.
That's like you too, then. You just passed down the generation.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a lot like him in that I've done a number of different things. And my mom was a small business owner, actually in the kind of trucking world, which is not something you hear of and see of a lot, but was very successful in it. But I just didn't know a lot of what is offered, and that's what's awesome about the SBA, and particularly our resource partners. And we actually have one here in town, our small business development centers. There's 17 of them throughout the state. A lot of times they're
at the incubators.
Yeah. So you'll see Troy Vollenweider over here at University of West Georgia.
Okay.
He's the area director for the SBDC. So for anybody in the West Georgia area, we got somebody right here in town that can be an awesome resource for small business, and that's really any part of your journey, wherever you're at, whether you hadn't started yet or you are looking to scale. They can help you with everything in between. We also have SCORE, which is it's a volunteer network that really is people within business. So you can free mentoring. Somebody in manufacturing, for instance, they can talk you through a lot of their challenges, what to look for, what not to, down to, again, starting a business, writing a business plan, all those things. Then there's the women-owned business, like these. There's a lot of resources for women-owned businesses to be able to learn, grow, and go from there. Same thing with veterans in our V-Box. So there's resources for really anybody out there that's wanting to start a business or to scale a business that's already got it. So it's a really cool opportunity to serve what really drives the America Main Street.
How about working with the chamber, Carol? I mean, do you work with the local chambers? Do you have to work with the state one? How does that?
Yeah, absolutely. So economic development's a huge piece of what we do, and we come along and support. Look, I'll be the first to say that local chambers of commerce, they're front lines. They're doing a lot of the hard work and the graft there. So like we're there to come along their side and help wherever we can. We provide education. Sometimes we'll come in and do educational lending for specifically to lenders. We can do education around the capital contracting, counseling, disaster. We can do all those type of things. Come in and help them out, but where they get out about business and grow and help local businesses, nothing can replace what they do. Mm-hmm. So we're strategic partners with them in that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to being out and about and meeting with all of our really all over the state, because it's frankly is one of the initiatives of the SBA right now as rural economic development. So there'll be a lot of smaller counties in Georgia that I'll be reaching out to and in as we're trying to help them to grow where smart growth and where they need to.
Kevin Cooke, our guest on this morning's Community Voice program. This popped in my head, and it may sound controversial. I guess it's not my intention, though. But data centers, are they considered small business? Because, I mean, how many people are working at them? 5 or 6?
Well, I would say that usually the data centers are from very, 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 very large corporations.
Usually,
yeah. So now that's not to say that there couldn't be a small business, electrical contractor, for instance, that is doing work on a data center or something like that. But we don't get involved in data centers, where they go, how they go, if they go. You're
not helping them out either, right? You're not giving, not finding contracts with them.
Big business usually has plenty of help.
All right. Again, Kevin Cooke, our guest on this morning's Community Voice program, new district director for the SBA. For the state of Georgia, or the District of Georgia, actually. Leslie Smith McPherson has checked in. She says, congratulations, Kevin. Glad to see someone of your character and experience is working in the SBA to help small businesses. So thank you for tuning in this morning, Leslie. We got Bob Oakland checking in, too, here, City Councilman. I mean, I think you've worked with both of them
absolutely
in the past.
Yeah, all right, friends.
We'll take our final break here, come back with about 10 minutes. Our program with Kevin Cooke. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health.
Imagine a place where every heartbeat is monitored with the utmost care, where emergencies are met with swift attention, and where cutting-edge technology enables precise and timely treatments. At Tanner Health, Every patient's journey is a testament to resilience, a story of strength, healing, and hope. We go beyond treatment to redefine what compassionate care truly means. That's Tanner Health. That's care redefined. Learn more at tanner.org.
All right, 8:50, about 10 minutes left in this morning's Community Voice program. Our guest is Kevin Cooke. He's the new U.S. Small Business Administration District Director for, the District of Georgia. And he's our guest on this morning's Community Voice program. Good to see him. I probably hadn't seen him in like 3 or 4 years, although we probably traded text every now and then. But,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this gig. Now, if I have an idea for a small business, I mean, what do you think's the percentage of people who call you up with something that's maybe a little far fetched to where you get excited about helping them? I mean, how far will you go if someone's got an idea that's really out there? How far will you take them? Yeah,
well, that's the great thing. Really, any idea. So if in your scenario, if they're coming with an idea but have not started a business, we're going to help every single person that comes to us. We got an awesome staff that is there, very knowledgeable, and our team is great in Georgia. So they're going to help them get started from start to finish. As the resource partners that I mentioned earlier, they will help them, direct them to where they need to go if there's also some areas where they can be helpful. But first, if somebody's got an idea, they've already got the business plan, they're set. They're just like, okay, look, I need to get this going. Then first, they're gonna find a lender. But
will a lender make that decision as far as, okay, that's not a good idea?
There's definitely times where lenders, particularly on the conventional side, you can hear no a lot as a business owner. Part of our job, and that's the great piece of what we get to do on that end, is to match them with lenders that kind of fit their profile of what they're doing. And then we can come with 2 or 3 lenders to give them the opportunity to go and give their pitch to that lender and then get their business funded. They need to bring their numbers, 3 years of tax returns, year-to-date financials, a clear business plan. So they got those 3 things. Saying that's for maybe a business that already exists.
I was going to say, yeah. What's the difference between what you guys do for a brand new business or somebody who's got an idea for a business versus a small business that may have been in existence for 5 years or 10 years? Is it still for those? It's going to be the loans basically. Or
sure. Yeah.
Stuff you think you can offer them.
Yeah, and 2, that's where we work closely with resource partners. Like for instance, SCORE, as I mentioned earlier, we would connect them early on with SCORE because they kind of specialize in that incubation period and getting started and getting going. SBDCs can do that as well, but they are really good at helping also businesses scale. So depending on which one, might send one to SCORE and one to the SBDC. So around here, we might get you linked up with Troy and his team over at West Georgia. And of course, we still work together on that piece. But when it comes to the lending side, that's another piece of what we do is we are re-engaging lenders that have been with us in the past, but then also bringing on new lenders on board. Because what we're able to do for the lenders too is also there's some guarantees there. So whereas conventional lending, typically it's just going to be down to, if the business does well, then the lender also does well, right? But in this instance, there's some guarantees from the government of the backed loan for the lenders. So we're a connector and able to help small businesses and also give some safety to the lenders as well. But from that point, the SBA also will, with the lender match and everything, we'll help direct them, again, as I was saying, who's best for their business and really maybe has a niche in an area of expertise within the kind of lending space. And then, as I said, the guarantees to the lender, they can scale and grow with confidence. So
time right now is 8:54. The biggest concerns or biggest issues for small businesses, have they changed in the last 10 years? And why would they change? I mean, I guess think about technology. Is that affected?
Yeah, I think it probably affects some industries more so than others, but there's always change, right? I mean, even with AI coming up, and it's more probably going to be more and more involved in our day-to-day lives, which, I'll let everybody decide for themselves whether that's good, bad, indifferent, wherever they are on it. But things are always changing. The big piece from the SBA's standpoint that I think needs to be highlighted here is that we are doing our best to make the process efficient, both the lending side, but particularly from the education side of things, to be a great resource to get them what they need, to then let them go do what they do best, and that's grow Main Street. And it's not necessarily that our mission is to deal with small businesses, so it's not necessarily we're against the big business, because we're not, but we want to see small businesses thrive, and we want to do everything that we can that is within our power to do that. And a lot of that is being done administratively from, again, Administrator Leffler, and going and fighting these issues of red tape, getting those things out of the way for small businesses, because I'd still say that's probably the biggest hurdle. It always was.
It should be
for me.
more difficult for small businesses. I mean, you think the bigger businesses probably have more contacts, and they may not need a group like this.
You got a bigger staff. You don't. You have general counsel. You have all these different things that a lot of times small businesses don't have. So we try to help. Obviously bridge that gap, and I think we do a pretty good job with it.
How many small businesses you think are in the state of Georgia in your district?
That's a great question. So in I would have to look at the updated numbers, because they're steadily changing. And two, it does include at times some at-home businesses. We cover all of them, right? And some are LLCs that are not even active.
I was going to say, I mean, me selling $2,000 worth of baseball cards on eBay every 3 months or something like that. I'm not registering for that. So, but you count that as a small business, right?
Yeah, there's some good small business opportunities in the trading cards.
Yes, yeah, no kidding, insane. All right, time right now is 8:56. My guest this morning, Kevin Cooke, heading of the SBA Georgia District, and we're going to wrap up our program here. I did notice on your website there's some events scheduled with some speakers. I mean, you guys do something like that every single day? Do people have to go to the office to be part of those? Can they watch those online?
Yeah, so our team does a mix of both. A lot of virtual. Our team, particularly in Georgia, does a really good job on the virtual events. We have a couple members of the team that will have 300 to 500 people in one training session. Now, they won't be always in the state of Georgia, which when we're doing the in-person trainings, often, they're from Georgia. We have an office in Atlanta, and there's opportunities to come in person. The SBDCs do them, and as I mentioned, 17 different locations within the state. So there's opportunities. I know the one here in West Georgia has an event coming up in August, I believe, August 11th, if I'm not incorrect on that.
That'd be a bigger event. I mean, even just like the speakers where they're going to talk for an hour. I mean, are they answering questions too?
A lot of times the trainings are going to be specific to like specific need. One might be geared towards lending, and how do you find the best lender for yourself? We have tools on the SBA.gov website that are fantastic. You can go ahead and do the lender matchmaking piece, so you can put in a lot of the things you need to that's pertinent to your business. As I mentioned, those things like earlier about bringing your numbers and all that kind of stuff. So you can do that ahead of time. But on the education side, the training side, we provide those educational opportunities for small business owners to really understand what they're stepping into before they're stepping into it.
Got about 2 minutes here. Are there any small businesses now that you would not recommend somebody start up because maybe there's so many out there? I mean, or is that's even like a faux statement? I mean, there's just not going to be enough.
Yeah, because you never know. I mean, who the next Walmart's going to be? I mean, because at the time, the Sam Walton, that was a small business, and I mean, and look to the extent they've scaled. So I would tell anybody. I mean, is this still a great time to create and grow a small business? So get out there, do it, and we got the resources to help.
Let's encourage people who do have some ideas right now. Do they reach out to you guys initially, or should they reach out here locally first, and locally they'll send you up to the district, the SBA district?
Yeah, so there's tons of people around here with some great experience. So it doesn't have to be one or the other. Just know we're here as a resource, and from my perspective on the marketing side of what the SBA does, go to SBA.gov and see all the different options and things that we provide. The 7A loan programs, the 504 loan programs. We do micro loans. So there's tons of different options out there that we can pair you with a lender, or that we can get you the education that you need to get started.
All right, and when you do reach out, you can say Kevin Cooke sent you personally. And all right, Kevin, good to see you, man.
Great to see you, Colin.
Thanks for coming out and giving us a
Thanks
whole half hour talking about that. It is, it's such a broad topic and broad subject, but wish you best of luck with that, and wish everybody who works with you, especially locally, who reach out to you, that wish them great luck too. All right, 8:59. Stay tuned now for national headlines. Community Voice has been brought to you by Tanner Health. Have a great Thursday.